Hey everyone, Jim Stewart, Realtor with RE/MAX Solutions in Ozark, Missouri again here. My last video I talked about that great article that talked about pricing a home and how basically how pricing was essentially everything when it comes to selling your home, or at least it was the big thing. And it got me thinking, okay, well, if pricing is really the main thing, well, what do you need me for? And I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably thought about that afterwards. Well, number one, helping getting that price right in the first place is a big part of it. You can have an appraisal done on your home, but honestly, with all due respect to appraisers, appraisers are there to put a specific value as close to they think is what they think the home might sell for. The problem is every single person who looks at a home would pay a different price. There is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to pricing. Typically, you want to price the property and then listen to your feedback. The market will tell you if you've got a realistic shot of selling your home at a particular price. Part of my job is then to walk you through that process as we move forward and say, okay, is this the right price, or maybe we're wrong, maybe it doesn't need to come down. Also feedback from people who come through the home and say, okay, well, we like the house, we didn't like this, 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 and this. Well, we can look at those things and say, okay, are those things that are easily fixable, or are they only fixable with price, essentially? So getting the price right is a big part of it. Second part of it is marketing the property. Obviously, marketing a home is, well, as far as I'm concerned, there's really only two keys to selling your house. Price it right and market it to buyers. If you do those two things right, you're going to sell your home. Again, that's part of my job, is to make sure that that home gets properly marketed. A third element is condition. Part of what I do is help you understand what things you need to do in order to get the condition of the home in such a manner that you're going to be able to sell it. If you've got stains all over your carpet, well, that's an obvious one. That's something that I'm going to tell you. You need to get those carpets clean. But if you've got wallpaper and you're not sure, okay, do I need to take it down? Do I not need to take it down? Or you've got curio cabinets all over the place with your precious moments collection that you absolutely adore. That's great, but if there's so much of it you can't see the house, that a buyer can't see the house, it doesn't do you any good. And frankly, buyers don't care about your collection of whatever it may be. They only care about the house. Personal photos, family photos that are up. Again, those are things that tell a buyer, this is the seller's house. This is the seller saying, this is my house. I made these memories here. This isn't your place. Well, you don't want the buyer to see your house. You want the buyer to see their house. Again, that's part of my job. Contracts and negotiations. Hey, if you're an attorney and you feel really, or you feel very, very confident in dealing in negotiations and contracts, okay, fine. In that situation, maybe I'm not providing as much value. The vast majority of people simply don't have that confidence. I deal with this on a daily basis, literally. I heard an analogy once that attorneys don't sue people. People sue people. They just use an attorney to walk them through the process. And that makes a lot of sense. That's the way I look at it. My job is to walk you through the process of selling that home and go through all the pitfalls of that. There's ever-changing regulations, and I'll just use one specific one as a good point. Lead-based paint. If you have a home that was built before 1978, you're subject to lead-based paint requirements. Even there may not be a single drop of lead-based paint in your home. You still have disclosures you must, by law, fill out regarding that. And the fines for not doing so are enormous. You don't want to get into that situation. And finally, fiduciary responsibility. I'm going to go back to the attorney analogy. An attorney has a fiduciary responsibility to their client to walk them through that process and to give them the best representation they can. Again, that's my job as well. I have a fiduciary responsibility to you as the seller or as the buyer if I'm working with you as a buyer's agent, to give you the best possible advice I can and to help walk you through that process as easy as possible. 90% of all homes sold are sold by people who use a realtor. And I think that says a lot about the value that realtors bring to the table. If you have any questions about buying or selling a home, please feel free to give me a call. My name is Jim Stewart, realtor with RE/MAX Solutions in Ozark, Missouri, 417-234-8198. Thanks for watching.